Hey everyone, I'm back again with another video, and this one is titled, Am I the a-hole for distancing myself from my daughter after she took her mother's side? Please make sure you like the video and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss any of my future videos. Let's get right into it. I found out that my wife of 20 plus years was having an affair. I was completely hurt over this and have started divorce proceedings. Obviously, this has been hard on our 4 children, but I cannot spend the rest of my life with someone I can't trust. Before we got married, my wife's family had money and demanded I sign a prenup. I had no problem, but since then, the family money has been lost due to bad investments and lawsuits. My wife was a stay-at-home mom for the majority of our marriage. Our youngest child is 19, and because of the prenup, she can't get alimony. In short, my wife will be screwed. The only thing we owned together was our house, and while it is paid off, my wife won't be able to afford the upkeep or HOA fees, so she will effectively be homeless. I have no intention of giving her any type of support for any reason. Since serving my wife divorce papers, I have refused direct contact as my lawyer has advised, but she's now playing dirty by getting the children involved. We have 2 boys, 23 and 21, and 2 girls, 25 and 19, and my wife has been pleading with them to get me to agree to halt the divorce proceedings in favor of counseling. After I told my children that I had no interest wasting any more of my life with that woman, they have all essentially backed off except for my oldest, Christy. She's very close to her mother and can't imagine life where her parents aren't married. Christy tells me that her mother realizes her mistake and will do whatever it takes to make things right. She says that I owe it to the family to work things out. I refused and told her that it wasn't her place to make those kind of demands. Since then, the only time Christy talks to me is when she's sobbing and asking me to not destroy the family. I understand that this is hard for her and offered to pay for therapy so she can cope, but she said there wouldn't be anything to cope with if I wasn't trying to divorce her mother. Since Christy is being too emotional to act within reason and refuse therapy, I have been resolved to limit contact until after the divorce. However, my other children are saying that Christy's behavior is getting worse. Am I the a-hole for taking a step away from my daughter for a while? And the OP has some updates for us. Alright, I read a couple of responses and I just wanted to clarify some things. 1. Clearly, my quote-unquote, she will effectively be homeless comment was misinterpreted, so let me set the record straight. Because my wife and I own the house together, so long as we sell the house and split the proceeds, she'll get something. 2. My wife didn't give up her career to raise my children. We could have hired a nanny, but she didn't want that and chose to be a stay-at-home mom for our children. Because of her family's money, she was getting a monthly allowance from the state. Plus, I paid for a housekeeper to make things easier on her. 3. Once my wife reached 30, she started getting a monthly allowance from the family estate, and the prenup addressed that so I couldn't claim half. In exchange, she couldn't get alimony. 4. I didn't want my children to get involved in a divorce. My wife decided to do that, and even brought up the reason why as a form of a preemptive strike. I only talk about the divorce when someone else brings it up, which Christy wants to do all the time. 5. I am not abandoning my daughter. I am just lowering contact with her until the divorce is finalized because she's not letting up on trying to pressure me into taking her mother back and refuses to go to therapy that I will pay for. 5. Also to the comments asking why my wife cheated, it's a little offensive. I don't know how that changes anything or that I should care. However, the guy that she cheated on me with was younger. Looked like he couldn't be any older than 30. So take that information and do what you will. I just wanted to say that I was very grateful to all your kind words and support in how to deal with my daughter. I decided to follow some of your advice and have scheduled a sit down with her to explain that what goes on between her mother and I is not her fault, and that I simply can't ever go back to a woman who deceived me in such a big way. I told her that I try to be as forgiving and empathetic as possible, but I will not ever tolerate people who lie with malicious and selfish intent and try to cut them out of my personal life as much as possible. I was very calm when I said this and tried to be as loving as I could be to my child, but it didn't work. Christy ended up breaking down and again tried to convince me not to divorce her mother and just forgive her. I refused, and in the end we went to NC with Christy for a little bit. I only spoke to her again 2 days before my other daughter's, Jane's, birthday through a text asking her to not bring up the divorce since this was going to be the first time my wife and I will be in each other's presence since I filed. I sent the same text to her mother, and I didn't hear anything from either of them. On Jane's birthday, things were a little tense and awkward, but I thought it was going good, until my wife decided to be passive-aggressive with a speech about how good it is to have the family together during important events. Everyone saw through her crap, and my son Jack called her out on it and said that she was selfish to bring this up on Jane's birthday. Christy started defending her mother, and Jane, understandably upset, revealed that the only reason Christy was on her mother's side for reconciliation was because she didn't want the fact that she not only knew about the affair, but helped her mother cover it up. There was a big fight that wasn't going to get resolved right then and there. I ended up leaving and was even more heartbroken all over again. Not only did my wife betray me, but my own daughter too. I knew she was closer to her mother than me, and I was okay with that, but this? I don't know what I did to make my eldest daughter so disloyal to me, but I am now resolved to go full NC with her until after the divorce and possibly for the rest of my life. And the first comment says, if you, by any chance, asked by your oldest with the same question and given S reasoning again, just ask her this: so you don't care about my feelings, only your mother's? For your daughter to be siding with the wrong one is the proof that your daughter is mentally sick as well. Sorry. And the OP replied, even though that's how I'm starting to feel, I don't feel comfortable saying that to my daughter, especially with how upset that she is now, and why I want us, me and the kids, to go to therapy. I feel like a therapist can better communicate that without making anyone feel bad. And the main commenter replied, the point is that your daughter didn't consider your feelings at all. Your soon-to-be ex-wife manipulated her. You asking that is not manipulative. It's a blow to her conscience. Every child deserves to get a blow or two to their conscience, in moderation of course. That's why parents know if their children is going to be alright or not when they reach a certain age. Your oldest is at the age that supposedly can receive the harsh truth. Hell, even I was wiser than Christy when I was younger than your youngest. Don't be a doting father to your adult children. It's not good for their future. Thank you guys for watching. Please comment below and let me know if there's any other subreddits you guys would like me to make videos on, and also like the video and please subscribe.